Good morning. It's Saturday morning, April 4th, and wanted to share just a brief word with you as we prepare for the Lord's Day tomorrow. There are many, many things that I miss here in these days where we're quarantined and unable to worship together as a church family. I think, for example, of Clay Ewing. I miss Clay hugging me at the end of a service. I miss an auditorium full of people gathering to worship God, and particularly I miss uh, being able to sing together, being able to lift our voices as a congregation, and do something that really we can't do as individuals or even via electronic means. So we are looking forward to the days when we will be able to regather. We don't know when that will be, but we're looking forward to the time where we as a church will be able to serve and function and minister faithfully as a church family together and exclaim and extol the worth of Christ. I thought today I would share with you just a simple verse of scripture. We live in so many uncertain times. We have so many uncertainties in life. And Debbie and I just got back from shopping early at Walmart, and we were wearing gloves. A number of people were wearing masks, all indicating the uncertainty of the day and how to deal with COVID 19. There are some things that are certain. There are some things that we can count upon. In Hebrews chapter 6, and so, after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. For men indeed swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is for them an end of all dispute. Thus God, determining to show more abundantly to the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath, that by two immutable things in which it is impossible for God to lie, we might have strong consolation, who have fled for refuge to lay hold of the hope set before us. This hope we have as an anchor for the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which enters the presence behind the veil, where the forerunner has entered for us, even Jesus, having become high priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek. Two immutable things by which it is impossible for God to lie, that by God's oath and the immutability of his counsel, we flee to Christ, who is that refuge for us, that strong hope, and therefore we have strong consolation. There's so many things that are uncertain in our day. Will we become sick? Will we have further closures that restrict the life and the length of time that we need to exist in this context? So many questions remain unanswered, and that there are some things that are sure. Christ loves us. Christ died for us. He who did not spare his own son, Paul says in Romans 8, he will also graciously give us all things. So today, run to Christ, who is that sure consolation, that sure hope, steadfast, unshakable, immutable. We often sing the hymn, The Solid Rock, and the third verse of that hymn, you probably are familiar with it, but the line goes as follows: his oath, his covenant, his blood, support me in the whelming flood. When all around my soul gives way, he then is all my hope and stay. On Christ, the solid rock, I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. We miss you. We love you. Look forward to meeting you, even if it is necessary to do so by internet tomorrow. Looking forward to God's blessing upon you, upon our church family, upon our community, upon our missionary family, praying that God will do his continuing good work in and through our lives together.